What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. Finally getting around to doing this Metallic Media video showing off this haul that I got from Metallic Media. I've been hinting at this for a while. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but I've had several packages come in. I ended up chipping away at the stuff that I wanted, one or two albums at a time, and finally got enough in that I want to do this video before the updates just get out of hand, because I have some other stuff I want to show off, but there's too much to show off in one video, so I will do another one later this week. As you can see, pretty decent size stack here. I don't want to just take too much of your time, so I'm going to go through this fairly fast, but I have to give props out to Metallic Media. I don't know if you've noticed or not. I'm sure most of you have that follow this channel, but I've been getting quite a bit more black metal in the past several months. Atmospheric black metal, that type stuff, pagan black metal, ambient type stuff. Really been just kind of indulging, I guess, myself into those areas of black metal. I know that's not some of you guys' thing, but that's what lately, that's kind of been my go-to, what I've been listening to. And I have to give props to Metallic Media, because they have several things, foreign things. Metallic Media is a label slash distro located here in the U.S. I believe they're out of Illinois, and I found several albums from all over the globe that I've been kind of looking for. They're all fairly cheap. They do specials on their eBay store all the time. Just recently, I ordered a couple albums that had 50% off sale going. That was the latest package that I was waiting on before I made this video. So I will link up Metallic Media's eBay store. If I can find other stuff for Metallic Media, I will link that up in the description. I'm going to try to link up as much of these bands as I possibly can, if I can find stuff for them, so you guys can check it out. I'll definitely link up the ones in the description that I find the most enjoyable, I guess, out of this stack, so some of you guys can check that out as well. I'm going to quit rambling and just get into it. I made so many orders, they were nice enough to throw me some freebies in. I'm going to show the freebies first. First up, we have a blackened death metal project. This is a band called Unearthly, and the name of this album is The Unearthly. It's just in this little promo slipcase. Pretty good stuff. I'm not just super familiar with this band, but I enjoyed this for what it was. I haven't spent just a ton of time with it yet, but I have enjoyed what I've listened to it so far. As I said, it's just blackened death metal, pretty solid, pretty run-of-the-mill, but at the same time pretty solid blackened death metal. Next up is one that I didn't enjoy just a whole lot. The first listen, I may wait a while and come back to it and try it again. The name of this band is Clawed Forehead, and the name of this release is My Domain. I was pretty interested to check this one out just from the artwork. I figured this was going to have a blackened sound to it, but it was more kind of gothy type stuff. I don't know. I just wasn't just super big on it. Going to give it another shot later, but the disc and the artwork on that looks, pretty solid. But I just wasn't, just something that I wasn't super into. But maybe that will change over time. Next up is another one of these little slipcase promos. I enjoyed this one quite a bit more than I was expecting. The name of this project is Criminal Element, and the name of this album is Criminal Crime Time. This is a death metal kind of slash grindcore outfit out of the U.S. I forgot where exactly they're from here in the States, but I enjoyed this quite a bit. It was a pretty fun listen all the way through. Wasn't quite what I was expecting from the artwork. I was expecting something kind of cheesy or even thrashy from the artwork, but like I said, it had that death metal, grindcore, almost Napalm Death influence going on here, but pretty fun stuff. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Vocals will probably turn some people off, but I found it to be a pretty enjoyable release. Next up is another freebie they sent me. I actually already owned this album. This is an ambient, atmospheric black metal project out of Mexico, and I believe they're on the Metallic Media label as far as their releases. This is Astarot with their, I believe this came out in 2015, project Gateway Microcosm. As I said, they're atmospheric, ambient black metal. pretty solid stuff. This was actually a very strong release. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. As I said, I already own this. May do a giveaway or something with this in the future, because I would like this to get a little bit more exposure, because I don't think this ever got the kind of attention that it warranted, because it's a very solid release, a very 4.5, 5 out of 5 star type release. Okay, next up is the stuff that I actually went out of my way to purchase. The first one up is a pagan black metal band. This is out of Pennsylvania, of all places. I had no idea they were here from the States. They're kind of almost have that NS vibe going on, as some pagan black metal bands do. I had no clue they were from here in the States, so I looked into the band a little bit farther. This is actually one of the stronger releases. Some of their other earlier material seemed a little weak to me, but I enjoyed this one quite immensely. The name of this band is, I'm going to probably butcher this, Wotanorden, with Legends of the Glorious... Legends... Alright, let me try this one more time. Legends of the Valorous Fallen. I wanted to say glorious, but it's pretty neat looking artwork. The artwork was actually what initially attracted me to this album, and I gave it a listen. Enjoyed it quite a bit. It had that extreme metal, that pagan black metal sound going on, and I enjoyed this, as I said, immensely. Probably the strongest release from their discography, in my opinion, but definitely worth checking out if you're into that kind of pagan black metal sound. Next up, we have some atmospheric black metal out of Romania. This is just straightforward atmospheric black metal. This is the atmospheric sound that's so popular right now. This came out last year, I believe, in 2017. It was released on Loud Rage Music. The name of this project is Bereft of Light, and the name of the album is Hoinar, I believe is how you pronounce that. I got a glare going today. I apologize for that. I'm trying to fight that glare. There we go. The artwork on this, it almost has a doomy look to it, but it's, make no mistake about this, this is atmospheric black metal. This is a fantastic release. Had I owned this when I did my Album of the Year list of 2017, this very, very likely would have been on there. It is that good. Next up, we have some more atmospheric black / ambient black stuff. This is out of Russia. I'm wanting to say Russia, because it has that definite Russian sound to this. Kind of that popular atmospheric ambient black metal sound. There's several bands out of Russia that are doing it. Several bands out of that area, that regional area. I know Shadowland is very prominent doing this this type of black metal. The name of this project is Spell of Dark. The name of the album is in Russian, so I'm not going to butcher that up. This is the only release that I own from this band. I know they have quite a few releases out already, but this is the only one that I've taken the time to purchase. I enjoyed it. I listened to it on YouTube quite a few times, and finally I was like, okay, you've listened to this enough, time to support and actually purchase the album. So I did. Next up, we have some more atmospheric black. Go figure. This is out of Mexico. This is a one-man project, and I'm saying it's out of Mexico. I could be wrong, memories, but I'm pretty positive. This one is out of Mexico. This is in a digipack. I believe this was limited to 25 copies. So pretty stoked to get this, especially for the price that I paid for this. The name of this band is Bruma, and it's in Spanish. So Redescubriendo. Yeah, I can't. Anyway, fantastic atmospheric black metal. Great stuff. One that I slept on when it came out. I was lucky enough to stumble upon this in the recommendations one day on YouTube. I find so much great stuff on YouTube. I overlook a lot of stuff nowadays that comes out on the atmospheric black metal channel. This one just happened to pop up. I believe it popped up after I was listening to the Bereft of Light one day, and this came up playing, and I fell in love with this, and I was super happy that I could get this in on that order as well. So another fantastic release. Next up, we have some more pagan black metal. This is out of Indonesia, of all places. The name of this project is Thirsty Blood, and the name of the album is In the Land of Java. And I wish I could get a better look at that artwork, because it has that definite pagan black metal vibe to this. Um, Funny enough, this was released on, I guess it has two labels on the back: No Label Records and Severed, or Severed, but I call it Severed Records. And that Severed kind of surprised me, because I usually associate them with like a more death metal, brutal death metal sound. So surprised that this was released on that banner. Thirsty Blood, as I said, they're out of Indonesia. Pagan black metal. They recently changed their name and changed their sound. I do not enjoy what they're putting out under the new moniker. I believe they're going by Thirst of Blood, or something along those lines now. They've changed to a more, I guess, symphonic sound, and I wasn't digging what I've heard from the new stuff at all. But make no mistake about it, this release under the Thirsty Blood title is phenomenal. I love this so much. I've given this so many spins already, and it warrants a steady rotation in my collection as of the time being. It stayed in steady rotation. Next up, we have some folk metal. This is a kind of Viking themed. It's a female fronted folk metal. The name of this band is Hildr Valkyrie, with Revealing the Heathen Sun. This is a fantastic release. This came out last year in 2017, and this is another one that would have been a strong contender on my end of the year list to make that top 20 list. Fantastic stuff. They released a full length, I believe, in 2014 that I didn't enjoy very much at all, and this was a huge step forward for this project. Fantastic stuff. If you're into that folky Viking themed metal, female fronted stuff, it's if you like Arcona or some other bands like that, you may like this as well. Definitely don't sleep on this album, because it's a fantastic release. Next up, we have some Death Doom. This is I forgot where this band is out of. I want to say it's from Russia or somewhere close, Belarus maybe. I can't remember. Like I said, it's Black and Doom. This one has a bit more doomier aspects to it than some of its predecessor albums. This came out last year as well. This is a Darkflight with the Hereafter. Darkflight was a band that I just became aware of, I guess, within the last year or so, and I've enjoyed everything that they put out. I'm sorry, the light. I'm gonna have to do something about the lighting in here, because I'm just not getting the looks on these albums that I would like from the glare going, but has to make do for the time being. As I said, this is a band that I just haven't been familiar with for just too long, but I've enjoyed everything that they put out. This actually looks like it was put out on 3 separate labels, all like a joint project, but Metallic Media did play a part in the release of this album. I'm very happy with everything that I'm finding through Metallic Media lately. They've definitely pinned down my taste in metal quite a bit, so I'm definitely enjoying what they're doing over there. Next up, we have some more folk metal. This is a folky death metal type stuff. The name of this project is Downcast Twilight, and Under the Wings of the Aquila is the name of this release. This came out, I want to say this came out, something's saying last year. I'm torn between either last year or 2014. I know I'm way off. Either, one's right and one's way off. But this was another strong release that I didn't find until I made this order. I saw the cover art for this, and immediately when I was making one of these orders, had to go look it up, and I enjoyed what I could find. I couldn't find a full album stream or anything like that. I had to listen to individual tracks, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. I love this folky death metal sound that they have going on, and just a fantastic release. I have 2 more that I'm going to show, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. It's already gone longer than I wanted. Next up, we have some straightforward atmospheric black metal. The cover of this reminds me of Soar's Roots. It almost looks like a blatant ripoff of Soar's Roots on the cover. The name of this band is Morth, with Towards the Endless Path. And there you can see where it looks like a blatant just take from sword. This came out in 2015. This is a fantastic. It only clocks in at I think about 40 minutes for the entire release, but it's a nice slab of atmospheric black metal. They have a full album stream of this up on YouTube. I highly recommend you go check it out if you're into atmospheric black metal. You can find this album for next to nothing, and I believe there's only like 500 copies pressed of this, but you can find this album for just a couple bucks at a time. Definitely worth checking out, especially if you're into atmospheric black. I highly recommend you check that out. The last one that I'm going to show is a EP. It's just a little 3-track EP, but it was released in this DVD case. This is a band that has several albums under their belt already. I don't like a lot of their stuff. I did enjoy this EP. It's 2 just straightforward ambient tracks, and then there's like an ambient black metal track sandwiched in the middle of that. This I'm going to butcher. None of this is in English. Well, the Astralwinter is the name of the EP, but the band name is Yeah, I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna butcher it. I apologize. Sieghetnar, I believe is how you pronounce that. I believe there's a full EP stream of this up on YouTube. If it is, I will post it. But if not, I will post the black metal track that is on this because I enjoy it quite immensely. I wanted to say this is out of Russia, but it's not. I think it's out of that geographical area. It has that same Russian ambient atmospheric black metal sound that I was talking about earlier. That's so popular with that region of the globe. As I was saying, Shadowland does it. My memory is I know Spell of Dark. They have the sound. There's several other bands that just aren't coming to my mind. As soon as I click stop on this video, I'm going to slap myself in the head, and those bands are going to come to mind. No kind of inside artwork or anything, just that just the disc. But the artwork on the disc is pretty sharp. I think it's like a Pro Press CDR. But fantastic stuff. Just a little. All 3 tracks are about 10 minutes. It's 3 tracks, but it clocks in over 30 minutes. Fantastic stuff. Definitely check that out if you can find it. Definitely pick yourself up a copy of that because it is phenomenal. That's all I've got for this video. I have another video, at least one more video that I have to make with stuff that I've already got in. There's Encrypted Records grab box coming in as well. I will do a video for that when it comes in. I'm sure there's other stuff, but I can't think about it right now. I don't scrambled eggs up there. So I thank you all you guys for watching. Stay classy, stay metal, and I will see you all very soon. I promise.